Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is Dalton My World. Now, I got a story time for you today, and basically, this story time is called "The Chinese Man That Hates My Guts," and this is a wild story time. Okay, and I will tell you about it in just a minute. Now, if you're looking for my website and you see a short, bald black man with the trademark lazy eye, then you know you're at the right spot. Alright, and I'll be back in about 20 seconds, and I can't wait to tell you about this story time that happened to me when I was going to school for application support, computer application support in Seattle around the year 2003. You're going to trip when you hear about this. Hey, what's up, my people? My name is Dalton, and this is Dalton My World. Now, welcome back. Alright, I'm back. So let's do this. Alright, so it all started. The story time is about what happened to me when I lived in one of the things that happened to me when I lived in Seattle. Okay, and I was taking computer application support. I was trying to get my associates in computer application support. Okay, that's also when I fell in love with this Leo girl with really big personality, super smart computer wise. She was just a nice person altogether, and never was able to get with her, but that's how I got into Linux, and that's another story that you shall never hear about. So anyway, on with the present story. All right, about the Chinese man that hates me. Okay, and now, when I was going to college in Seattle in around 2003, and I was going to a college called, I believe it was called Seattle Central Community College. I think it's called Seattle Community College now. But it was Seattle Central Community College, up there on Capitol Hill in Seattle. And which is a very diverse liberal area, very artistic. It was then. So I was going to college up there, and I'll continue this in just a second. Okay, I'm back. So I had some visitors. Anyway, I was going to college up there, and I started hanging out. I hang out with a lot of different diverse people. I started hanging out with this Chinese guy, and he was actually pretty tall. His family was very well off, and everything was cool at first. And then the more I started hanging out with him, the more I started talking to him, the more he just would put down USA, America, And I was just like, one day I was just, and I'm young, and I'm trying to be respectful. And one day I asked him, I said, if you hate USA so much, because he was always comparing USA to China, saying, you could do whatever you want in China. If you wanted to put a business somewhere where there's an apartment complex, you just tell them to get out, and then you build you don't have to have all those permits and everything you do in America. It just, he just always putting down the USA, And I asked him, I said, if you hate the USA so much and your family is so well off, there's so many other countries you can go to. Why do you even come here? Why do you, were you forced to go here or anything? And that's when he let me know that one of the main reasons he was trying to get his degree in the USA is because which shocked me, that he said a lot of Asian and other people from other countries already have 4-year degree when they come over to America and try to get their 4-year degree in America. And the reason they have to do that is because in America, degrees from other countries you can't use them in the USA. The only way you can really use them is if that company gave you a work visa. Then, kind of like Microsoft gives somebody from India that has a 4-year degree or a degree in something a work visa. Then they could do that, but otherwise you have to get a 4-year degree in the United States. And he let me know that's why a lot of times people look like they're geniuses, but the fact is they already went through college for 4 years and got a degree in their country. It's just they have to get one in the U.S. to make U.S. money. And I was like, oh, so it's all about the money, You don't like U.S., you like the U.S. money. He was like, yeah, well, yeah. So we continued talking, and then it was almost time for midterms. Okay, and let me give you a little backstory so you can better understand why he told me all the stuff that he told me. Okay, as I've talked to a lot of the people when I was going to college, that was from different Asian countries, is that like if you're from Japan and you marry somebody who's white, that's like that's upgrading your status. But if you're from China and you marry someone who is white, then they consider you marrying. If you marry outside of your race, they consider you marrying someone that's close to equal to their status of intelligence. Okay, so if you're black, now all of them didn't feel this way, but a lot of them did. If you're black, then you're at the very bottom. Okay, you're at the very bottom. Okay, so you have no power. Okay, and and there also other countries watch how Afro Americans are treated in America. So that adds on to their theory. So back to the stories, and I had to give you that backstory so you can better understand why this particular person was telling me all this stuff and was opening up to me like about this, because I'm a very dark-skinned black man, okay, and he considered me as I was great to talk to, but I was really at the bottom rung. I mean, what power do I have? Okay, so he could tell me anything, because what can I do? Okay, now he was telling me stuff that he wouldn't tell someone that was Caucasian. Now it was almost midterms, and like I guess a month, it all started a month before midterms, but it was almost midterms, and somebody kept sending viruses to our school system. Okay, and it would mess up. I mean, even if you were trying to take a test, it would mess everything up, and sometimes the teachers couldn't get the stuff. And a lot of my friends were worried because these viruses were coming hard and heavy. Okay, these computer viruses were coming hard and heavy, and a lot of my friends were worried because midterms were coming. We were studying our butts off, and we were sure that another virus is going to come and just mess everything up. Now, if you're in college, you ever been in college or any technical school, you got a good idea what I'm talking about. You study, and you ready to take this test, and midterms is super important, okay? Or, midway through, whatever you're studying is super important. You want to make sure you know what you got and everything that you're studying. So I'm telling them about this, and I'm telling them about my frustration about kept getting hidden viruses. I mean, they were kicking our computer administrators' butt because they were just throwing them, And he looked at me and said, "Oh, yeah." And he kind of smirked and said, "That's me." And I was like, "That's me what? What are you talking about?" He goes, those are my viruses." He says, "I created those." And I said, "Are you joking?" I thought he was joking. And he said, "No, I'm serious." Well, he said, I'm creating a lot more. He said, no, and I got some real good doozies actually developing. And he was telling me about how he had all these laptops and computers in his apartment, and yeah, he's making them, and he was telling me all this because in his mind I have no power. Who am I gonna tell? And I was like, man, that's not cool, that's, I said, you mess. He said, hey, it ain't affecting me, you know. And he said, I don't, it ain't affecting me. It's just affecting other people. I'm not worried about it. And and there I was thrown in between a rock and a hard place. Not the first time I've been thrown in between a rock and a hard place against my will, but there I was again. Probably not gonna be the last. So eventually my conscience got to me, and I just, even though I consider him a friend, I was trying to convince him to do what's right and all this other stuff. I eventually told one of my employers, my manager, who was really, really cool. He was a Capricorn, really, really cool, laid back guy. He loved his job and he loved golf. Anyway, I told him what was going on, and he saw that it was hard for me to even talk about it, and told him who it was and everything. And I told him, I'm not sure if he was joking, if it's real, but I believe that's where it's all coming from. He's like, well, I appreciate you coming to me. Well, next thing I know, my manager went and talked to some other people in the college, and next thing I know, I hear that everybody's talking about, did you hear about so-and-so, so-and-so? And I'm just like, no, what happened? It's like, these two people, these people went into his apartment, they had a subpoena, and he was walked out by two well-dressed white guys, and he had handcuffs and all this other stuff, and apparently everything he was telling them was true. And they found all his computers and computer viruses and targets he was trying to hit and all this stuff. And I remember hearing them telling that he was not allowed to come back in the U.S. or ever go to a U.S. college and everything. And people were kind of thrown back because they were looking at him like, they said that when they took him out, he was walking with his head high, like he proud, like he achieved something big, for his country or something. It was weird, but this really did happen, and I guarantee you, in the words of Kelly Stamps, I burnt that bridge to a crisp. I burnt that friendship bridge to a crisp. That's one Chinese guy. It hate my guts. I'm sure he went back to China. I bet he's gonna hate my guts till the day he died. And so does China. Anyway, that is a true story. That's my story time. And I ask you to subscribe. I ask you to give this a thumbs up. And I ask you to share it. All right. And I'll wrap to y'all later. Peace.